Hello everyone, welcome back to the Maniacal S10 channel. Thanks for tuning in. A few things I want to show you, and the lawnmower's coming in this video too, but just real quick short here. The Reese Class A hitch, I think it's 1,500 pounds. Sorry about the noise in the background, that's traffic, what little traffic there is right now. And also hope everyone's staying safe from this virus. Safe and healthy, that's the key right now, and social distance. Anyway, Reese hitch off the S10. As I said, I think it's a 1,500 to a 2,000 Class A hitch. Made it to an engine puller, or an engine plate. Modified a little bit. The eye bolt. 2 standard screwdrivers. Chain. All I did was drill all the way through it and hook the length of the chain where I needed it. Both ends. And it works really good, because right there with the project motor, the new power for the S10, or the Maniacal one, or S10, right there is, see, about 500 pounds right there. So it holds that with no sweat. Okay, onward. We're going to go out to the lawnmower and show you what I had to figure out from YouTube yesterday. And here it is. It's windy out here and a bit noisy, but hope you can catch on to what I'm doing here and understand and see what I'm doing. One hand, of course. It would start, run a few seconds, and that was it. Start, run a few seconds, that was it, each pull. So it took me all day yesterday to get it figured out, and I YouTubed it. And there's a video on lawnmower carburetors. Unfortunately, I don't know all the name of the channel, but it's 3D. I do remember that. And you look that up and you'll see what I done to fix mine. So bear with me a second here, and I will see about getting this plate off with the primer bulb, which is right there. Okay, here we go. 8mm. And these 3 bolts right here. Okay. Okay, first take off these 8mm bolts. These 3 right here. Bear with me, I'll be back as soon as I get them out. Okay, as you can see, I got the plate off. Primer valve, I replaced that yesterday, that wasn't a problem. And the gasket that goes right here, I make my own gaskets when I can. There's the new gasket. I don't think either on the internet or at the store you can buy that gasket by itself new. So I made me one. So bear with me, be right back. Now what I've done, a pair of needle nose vice grips, cut some rubber hose off, 1.5 inches, and put on the tips of the needle nose and crimp the hose so that way the teeth of the needle nose don't bite into the gas supply line and cause a leak. But this hose here, I did replace yesterday. It's supposed to be pre-formed or pre-bent, but luckily it'll give enough that I didn't need to worry about that. So give me just a second, I'll have the carburetor off. Be right back. Okay, and the 2 bolts that I gotta take out to get the carburetor off is, I get it focused here, right there, and right there. Both of them 10mm. Give me a second or two and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, the carburetor is loose, and all I gotta do now is get the governor loose, and we've got it. So into the shop we go. Be right back. Now, before we get to the shop, this rubber O-ringer seal here, I replaced that. Just so happened most of this stuff, gasket material, seals that I buy is at the flea market. The one I primarily deal with is Treasure Isle. I've bought a lot of good stuff from there. Make good friends, lifetime friends, and make good deals. So luckily I had the metric seal kit that I bought there years ago, and I found one in the kit, or the seal box that fit. So off to the shop we go. Alright, here we go. And of course there's the carburetor. Alright. Give me just a second. Probably the most important part of this video is here's the type of lawnmower that I worked on yesterday to get it running. Runs like a new one. Okay, now we're in the shop. Not as windy and no noisy traffic, but as much. Okay, now here's the air filter that came with the lawnmower when I got it. Dirty. Somewhat clogged down through the screen, and I didn't want to pay the price eBay, internet, or the stores. So here's the information I've got for you for the filter, however you want to do this. Now for a filter, which I use on my other vehicles, or on my vehicles I should say, is this. Some material that I've got that I made. Works really well. It breathes a lot better than that one does. Even if it was new, it don't breathe as good as this, by far. Now I did trace it, cut it to the pattern, and it fits really good. And it's reusable. Filter gets dirty, maybe clogged. It's hard to clog it, but it can be clogged over a long period of time. Take it out, blow it out, run it through some water, air dry a little bit, and you're good to go again. Okay, now with this information, give me a little bit and I'm going to get this carburetor apart and show you what I fixed. Upside down, it's not going to hurt anything. Got a socket device and it's snugged in the vise. Okay, this is what they call the float bowl, or a gas filter if you want to call it that. Either way, it holds gas. But this brass nut is a jet for the fuel up through the float bowl, up into the carb. I get somewhat focused here. And into the combustion chamber. So here we go. We'll try this one-handed. Slow and easy. Okay. Now the only gasket and seal I didn't replace, and I'll show you here momentarily. I'll repeat what I just said because of traffic. Because a lot of it went by. There's a jet. What I worked on and fixed yesterday, got it to get it running. Okay. That gasket right there, as you can see. And that seal right there. I did not replace either one. So I took the pin out, the needle valve, the float, cleaned all that out, as of what you can see here. And I thought I cleaned it all out, get all the dirt and granules or whatever was in it out. Well, I was wrong. I went through this 3 times, YouTubed it, found a section on YouTube for the lawnmower. And as I said earlier in the video, I don't remember the last name, but it is 3D. D as in David. And he showed me something I didn't know about the jet. Because on car jets, Holly jets, there's a hole just straight through them. Well, guess what? Give me a second and I'll show you. Okay. There's a hole in the jet on this side. A hole on this side of the jet, as you can see. I was wondering what this center divot or bushing is for. Didn't think nothing of it really. Jets I'm used to working with, hole all the way through it and you're good to go. So give me a second, I'll show you what I found out. Okay, I haven't got back to the jet yet, but I'm going to show you something if I can get this to focus good enough for me. Okay, my pin and my float don't fall out. Alright, now get the light through here. Well, maybe not this way. At this angle. Now the jet screws in right there, holds the float bowl on. Right there in the center. That feeds gas up to this, it looks like a gold or brass tube. It was only trickling. It feeds from that jet that holds the float bowl on. It fired up, run a second or two, and die. So here's what I found out. Give me a sec. Before I go any further on the jet, which I got it set up now to show you, the gasket that I replaced between the air intake plate and the carburetor itself, which goes on this side and fits like so. The gasket material I have in my basement, actually same color, it makes a difference to me what color, and the same thickness, so I made me one. That's how I come up with that. And also, I didn't know until yesterday, there's small holes right there with an oblong hole and a round hole, or hole. I didn't know the gasket was bad, so I made one and fixed that problem. So here we go with what I found out. And from that video I watched yesterday, piece of 35,000 MIG wire, and the hole, and all the way through. Perfect. But I did not know that this indentation right there is supposed to go all the way through to the bottom hole. Well, the MIG wire won't fit through there. So here's what I found out and from that video. So give me just a second. Voila. Another item from the flea market to clean my torch head and my MIG water torch nozzle. Little files. And actually, back in 1948 when this was made. I don't know if I get the sizes focused, but I will try my best. Okay, let me get this open. Of course, one-handed, but I appreciate your patience. Always be safe about this. Now, I put tape on one, that's what I use on my torch. So give me just a second, I'll get this all separated. Okay, I'm back. The reason I got that tape, so I have it marked because the sizes on the back, you all can't see them, and neither can I hardly. So I found the size that I need and taped them. Well, except for this one here yet. But these remind me of rink shank nails because the little rings go up and down to clean what you're cleaning. Now, with the MIG wire through it, and I took this, and voila, guess what? If I can get this to work, do it now. See that MIG wire moving? That hole, that center hole right there, was clogged. So I thought, okay, this will be small enough to go down in there. And bear with me. And with the MIG wire moving, I knew I was all the way through. That fixed my problem. So if your lawnmower starts stalling, that would be the first place I would check, is that jet. Pull that out, and we're good to go. That's it. So get this back together and see what happens. Give me a few minutes, or a few seconds. Okay, I'm back, and all I did was just snug this. Just snug it. Okay, because I haven't found on internet on a chart for the Newton meters to torque this down to. So I'm figuring barely hand tight, or snug I should say. 10, maybe 20 Newton meters. Not much. It's aluminum thread it's going into, and it's brass thread that's threading into it. It don't take much to snug it or to strip it, so be careful. So, how to find that out? My problem was 35,000 MIG wire. Just so happens I have that. Torch cleaners, and maybe this time I get the focus. That's a tough one. Oh, there we go. And maybe. It's got some wear to it. It's been since 48. Oh, there it goes. Bigger number to smaller. Smaller number the bigger. From a 7 to a 26. I think I used it at a 24. So there you are. Antique, but it still works. I think I picked it up at $1. Okay, we're going back out and put this back together. So bear with me, and here we go. Okay, here we are back to the lawnmower. I appreciate y'all's patience. 10mm and snugging them up. These don't get torqued on much either. These are probably going at about, if I can find on internet, maybe you can, and get back to me, because I haven't found it yet, what these torque on at Newton meters, because it don't take much. I'm figuring 30 Newton meters. Don't take much. Okay, be back in a few seconds. If you need to adjust the governor on these lawnmowers, there's a spring, the bracket, the governor itself for the carb, and what works off from the flywheel for the air from the pull on it. So if you need to adjust the RPMs up or down some, this bracket right here, bend it in or out, lower it. Tap it in a little bit, lower RPM, tap it out a little bit, increases the RPM. And that's how that works. Be right back. And as you can see, the back of the air filter plate is back on. It's Newton meter too, that made it 10 Newton meters. If anyone sees this on the internet on a conversion chart for a lawnmower, because I know the conversion chart for bigger bolts and engines I work on, there's Newton meters for that. But lawnmowers, I haven't found it yet. So if you find it, give me a buzz, let me know. Always be safe. So I'm going to hook the gas line up and get back to you. Give me a second. Okay, as far as any of those pliers are concerned, this is how I worked them. You got to worry about messing up in that gas line. So I had to back up from what I was doing yesterday, and I wasn't videoing this, of course. Today, doing it one-handed, I had to take that plate back off to get the gas line hooked back up. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but one-handed, I had to. So bear with me, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. And before I go any further, that vent tube or nipple sticking out right there, which goes to that air plate. This, you can see it, there it is. That goes on to that rubber line hose right there, if I can get this to focus. Right there. These two go together. If I get this to do it, I can show you a little bit here on how it is. Just like so. So, be right back. Okay, back to square one. So I'm going to put the outer box on with the motor and get ready to start her back up. So here we go. Get this back on. Standard screwdriver is all it takes. Be right back. Okay. And here we go. Whoops. I'm just not going to put this cover back on just yet. And there it is. All done. And there's instruction for the primer bulb. Always be careful when doing this and get ready to start it up. Safety glasses, goggles, whatever you might need. And we'll get this done. I was hoping it'd focus. Okay, you're not. Okay, be back a second. Okay, we get ready to prime it, get ready to start it, and see how she does. And got my goggles on. Safety first. So I can't do this one-handed, so give me a second and I'll get back to you. Okay, can't hear it too good. Got her running. Safety first. There they go. All right, goggles coming off. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I fixed and found out was wrong with my mower. Fixed it back together and she runs like a dream. So be safe, stay healthy, safety first, be careful. And professionals and sharpening the blade, that'll come later. I'd already done that. So stay safe and like and subscribe and enjoy cutting the grass this year. Have a great one. Maniacal S10 signing out. Thanks everyone. Thanks to my followers. Have a blessed one. Bye.